Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Thanks for being patient since I was gone a few days. I had to work on some stuff for and trying to learn some new stuff. So I was off on an adventure trying to learn more. It's always more. Anyway, so thank you for being understanding. And we're going to talk to your mom today. I don't need to explain how this works. You've been here before. Just don't forget, this is not an exact science. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. You'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. So anyway, we're going to talk to mom. Mom says she loves you, of course. She says you're making things harder on yourself than they need to be. You're underestimating yourself. And it's like she puts her hand on top of your head and she's pushing you down. She's not doing this, but this is, I don't want to say this. I don't know if it's somebody or some things that are like just squishing you down, kind of squishing you down, holding you down. She says holding you down, holding you back, she says. Lack of self-confidence, lack of trusting yourself. I get bitched at all the time from the other side. She's tapping on me. She goes, "You too, Rhonda." Um, that you're not seeing the clearer picture, and she's showing. Okay, she's showing like a set of drapes on a window, and you kind of parted the drapes, and you're kind of peeking outside, kind of looking around, when you need to totally open the drapes. And let's see. I don't know if she's going to tell me what subject, what area, or maybe whatever comes to your mind first will be correct. She says you're just peeking. You're hiding inside where it's safe. Oh, she says, and you too, Rhonda. See, I always find when I put a reading off, well, I didn't actually put this off, but I just, I was leaving, that it always comes at the right time for a reason. Part of this reason is for me too, evidently, because Mom's being really soft, really sweet, really kind, loving, gentle. She says this is not judgmental at all. This is with love. I love you, baby girl. She's going like this. She says, I am not judging you at all. Please don't take it that way. I want you to see the goodness in your own heart. I want you to see what a beautiful person you really are. That you don't really see like you should. And she's showing you, oh, what was that cartoon with the little cartoon character that always had the cloud over his head everywhere he went? It's like you've got that cloud over your head, but she says it's self-imposed. She says you're so worried about everybody else, you forget about worrying about you. And she's standing over here. And I don't think this camera has ever actually picked up their energy. Like when we go ghost hunting, we always have a camera, even if it's just our phone and we're taking pictures. We set up video cameras because you catch stuff on the cameras. I don't think, anyway, but this camera never seems to pick anything up. But she's literally staring at you. She says, when is it going to be time for you? You. When is it your time? It can't always be everybody else's time. And she's saying this with so much love, like over the top. She's making me want to cry. She's holding her hand out. You see how she's going to do this? Not that it's going to be much of a different way. She's holding her hand out to you. She's asking you to trust her. So, which way? She's actually showing it different than I would tell most people to do it, because she's holding her hand out this way. Usually I tell you people, to hold your hand out like this, and you'll feel her hold your hand after a little bit. She's holding her hand out like this. She wants you to put yours on top of hers. Like, put yours on top of hers. So, and I never tell people to do it this way. So we'll see how this works. Just ask her to hold her hand out gently, and I'll put my hand out to the side. You won't be able to see it. Just gently put your hand out there. You should feel something. She's showing like in this area. You could feel it in your palm. It'll be just like I never know how somebody else is going to feel it. Everybody feels it different, but it will probably be very, very slight. She says, trust it. I will be holding your hand. Let me help guide you. You are a wonderful person. She says people are taking advantage of you. They're taking advantage of your sweet demeanor. She says the only person that can stop that is you. When are you going to have enough? Or are you going to sit in silence and suffer? She wants me to show you my ring, but she's also saying, she's referring me to a movie that, oh my gosh, I watched with my mom 40 some years ago. Went to the theater, do not remember the name of it. But the guy in the show kept saying, I'm mad and I'm not going to take it anymore. I'm mad and I'm not going to take it anymore. It was just the whole thing I remember about the show. It seems like it was Kirk Douglas or something, but I don't know. That doesn't matter. She wants me to show you my ring, which I actually just posted on Facebook. It says, whoops, sorry, I got it upside down. It says, never give up. And you can go on my Facebook page, because you may not be able to see it on here. Never give up, but in the middle, inside, where nobody else can see it, it says fucking. Never fucking give up. And I got this because suicide is so close to my heart. I got it as a, suicide prevention kind of thing. But anyway, I'm not saying anything about suicide with you. It's just why I got it. Which is the same reason I have this angel wing. angel wing ring. She says, never give up. There's always hope. Okay. She wants me to tell you that we all have free will choice. I can make all the dumb mistakes I want to. They can bring me the most gorgeous, richest man in the world. I'll just use that for an example. I'm not saying it's anything about your relationship. And I can choose the guy driving the trash truck. Not that there's anything wrong with somebody driving a trash truck. Somebody's got to do it. I mean, somebody's got to build those bridges and roads, and not everybody can be a king in a palace. But that's your free will choice. They can bring you all the good shit that you want, but we can also say no. So she says she's saying choices. It's about your choices. We choose whether to live in a red house or a blue house, or buy a white car or a black car, or live on Front Street or back street, or we make those choices. It's not all set in stone. So what we were supposed to be getting at is ask her for help. They cannot override that free will choice, the choices that you make. They cannot step in there and go, nope, I'm not going to let you do that. They can in certain instances, but it's it's rare. It's not very common because they have to allow us to learn our lessons. But anyway, ask her for help. Not beg, not demand. Ask her to help you, and then whatever comes forward, it could be a person calling you. It could be you walking into a store, and I'm just going to use job for an example, even though I don't think that's in line with what you want. And they could say, hey, I got this great opening where I'm working. Hey, you ought to come over and apply for it. Those kind of things will just jump out in front of you. They kind of drop in your lap after you ask and you really want it and you allow it. You have to allow it. But you can also say, no, I don't want that job, even though it could be the most perfect job in the world for you. That makes sense. She's wanting me to explain all that to you. So it's about, Mom says, choices again, choices. She says you need to choose to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, so she says she's been all around you. You're just not picking up on it. Right now she's up here poking on my shoulder. Well, actually, she's more up here, poking, like, hey, she's doing that to you. Like I said, I don't know how you will feel it. Everybody feels it different. But you should feel, it could even feel like a pin sticking you. One time, felt like somebody took a needle and stuck me 3 times in the chest. I went, hey, that was a little rough. Who the hell is it? And I have actually Bob tattooed on my ankle. And I got one more pinprick, and it was right in the middle of that tattoo. Go, okay, I know who's here now. So it can be that strong, or it can be just barely where you touch it, or it can be something you feel like itching or can't get off your shoulder, or you could actually feel a little push. We don't have fingers anymore, but sometimes it might feel like a finger poking you, and it might not. I see it's so hard for me to explain because I don't know how you feel it or you will accept it. She says you've smelled her before, and you will again. It's like a perfume, but she's talking about lilacs, so it may not smell exactly like lilacs. I don't remember the last time I saw a lilac bush, but it'll be kind of that sweet, flowery, whatever kind of perfume that she wore, and you'll get a whiff of it. And you can be in the store, outside, in your car, in your house, in the bathtub, doesn't matter. So when you get those things, make sure you validate her, acknowledge her, tell her you love her, and ask her to bring you more signs. She's got a very soft presence around you, but it's very close. It's like all around, pretty much from here to here and back and forth, back and forth. If that makes sense. Nothing in my world makes sense. So mom says, um, I was reading part of the email. When you're around people, and I always tell people this is your psychic antenna, but mostly in your gut. When your gut knots up, not okay, let's say you go to a job in your first day, and of course your stomach's going to be in knots. That's a little different. But like you walk up to somebody and your stomach just kind of does that knot, trust your little psychic antenna. Trust your psychic antenna. If it's always in knots when you're around certain people, then you need to step back from them. I don't know if I told you this before. Go to YouTube, learn how to get your protection bubble. Your protection bubble, it, and gosh, I forget to do it all the time. You'd think I'd learn by now. Especially being a strong empath, which you're an empath too, you feel other people's pain. I don't know how strongly you do it. I can't tell. But I, can sit next to somebody and immediately feel something's wrong. Usually I know what it is, at least what area it is. But she says you tend to absorb some of their pain because you want to help them. And that's not good. It's good to help them. It's good that you can feel that, but it's not good to take on some of their pain because it's their pain. It's their deal to deal with, and you can't have it. It is not good for you to try to take it on. Oh my gosh, I do that. I do that all the time. So I understand what she's talking about. Get your protection bubble, learn how to be in it. You can make it pink for love. Like if I'm walking down the river and I see somebody look sad sitting on a bench, I'll put a little bubble, pink bubble for love, or green for healing, or uh, I'll shoot hearts at them, or put a pink blanket around them for love. So you can do all kinds of things with your bubble, but your energy needs to stay in there and their energy needs to stay out there. It doesn't mean you don't interact with them, doesn't mean you don't feel them. It has nothing to do with that. It keeps their energy from coming into you and you holding on to it, because it can literally end up making you sick if you do it too much, especially if their energy is really dark. And I don't mean dark in a evil way or anything. I mean negative, heavy. That lets you be you. You're in your own space. And yet they can interact all they want to. When it gets really bad, because I've had this man and lady that were really, really, I should say, hate me. I can put up a mirror bubble and it'll bounce when they shoot darts at me because I can feel their thoughts. And then it bounces off the mirror and shoots back at them. But I thought that's not a good thing to do. They have enough hate in them. They don't need their own hate back. So I send them love. I don't use the mirror. I don't like shooting the negative energy back. Um, so she's very strong about you needing to do that to protect your own energy. Okay, so Even if you didn't go to a beach, this is the way she's showing it. She's showing herself, and they use this picture a lot. Sitting on a beach, in a reclining lawn chair, looking at the water, and waiting for you to walk up. Not to be up there with her. Don't take that wrong. Just calm, relaxed. She doesn't have another chair beside her though. A lot of times, like, there'll be an empty chair for you to sit in, but she's just showing herself palm trees. Even if this is not where you went, this is the scene she wants to show, that she was waiting for you to show up. Now she's showing me a 2-story, I believe the house is white. Looks like an older home. Maybe like a farm home. Almost looks like my grandparents' home when they had their cows and garden and all that stuff. With a big front porch. So I don't know if she's showing me this picture because this is a house like where you went to or you drove by to have some memories, or if it's because it looks like my grandparents' home. And maybe it has something to do with it that way. Maybe you went by your grandparents' home. I'm not sure. She's not saying. This is her show. She can do whatever she wants. Big yard. There's a chicken in the rooster in the front yard. My grandparents didn't have chickens. Mom says we forget to reach out to those. She's making me want to cry again. We forget to reach out to those who have passed, who have gone. We don't realize that we need to reach out and ask. We need to ask. Cannot override your free will choice. She's on that again. Ask them to step in and help. Give them permission. So I don't know if she's talking about your grandparents, her, just. She says, and don't forget you have a team of guides and angels. She's showing your team standing there like this, like, when are you going to ask us to help? We're standing here with nothing to do but twiddle our thumbs, and you need to ask us to help because we can't do anything till you ask us to help. And they're just standing there like, when's it going to be our turn? Like very impatient little crew there. Try it. What's it going to hurt? Okay. She does say the trip was good for your soul. There were tears, but the trip was good for your soul, for your heart. Heart and soul now, she says. Things will never be that way again. But that's okay. Everything needs to change. That's part of life. Don't be stuck in the past. The past is gone. The only thing you have is right now. That's gone. We're not in the future yet. All we have is this moment. Oh, now it's this moment. Now it's this moment. Now it's this moment. That's all we have. Right now is this moment. She says, what are you going to do with it? She says you are perfect just the way you are, and you need to realize that. And then she's showing like it's almost like arrows coming at you. It's like, but it's people. It's other things. I don't know if it's just people because they're like little arrows and they're all boop, 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 coming at you. She says you need to stop letting them fuck with you. And I just got it was like something was tickling me. It was like something tickling me right there on this is my right arm. Doesn't have to be the right arm, but you'll feel that too. She's not going to do anything that's going to be like this big boom, here I am. Partly because they're afraid they will scare the hell out of you. You'll think your house is haunted, which I get a lot when I go to cleanse a house and they go, my house is haunted. I go, no, it's not. It's just grandma trying to get your attention. My ghost hunting friends hate it when I say that stuff because it's not always some evil spirit. Usually our loved ones or our team. Okay, she's showing you with kind of like house slippers on. And you're just kind of shuffling along, like puttering along. And then she shows you with these big, no, I don't think you have them on yet, big combat type work boots. She says you need to get your shit kickers on. Get your shit kickers on and start moving forward. Yeah, I'm going to ask her something. Hang on. Okay, so she's showing your path as it was. Are we going straight uphill? Yeah, yeah. She had it pointed up. I thought, wow, that's straight up. Sometimes they'll show me like it's a hard climb up a hill. Yours was straight up. She said, no, that was just so I could see it. But like it was going like this, and then it made this whoop-de-doo. I call it the scenic route. My friend hates when I say that. It was going like this, and then it made this big whoop-de-doo. But that now you're back. You're right at the corner of getting right back on your path. You're right at that corner of going back on it. So yeah, I take the scenic route all the time. I just did it the other day in a car. Got lost. It said, I'm just taking the scenic route. So know that you're about ready to turn the corner and get right back on there. There's nothing wrong with the scenic route. And it doesn't matter what kind of things, some people do some bad things. And I'm not saying you do. But, what you do on this little whoop-de-doo scenic route, because those are lessons you're supposed to learn while you're here. Would you learn from them? Would you learn when you were off your path a little bit? Would you learn? The lessons that kick you in the ass the hardest, the ones that hurt the most, are the ones you learn the most from. And it really sucks it has to be that way. But those are the ones you really learn from because they hurt so bad, you're not going to forget it. You don't want to repeat it because it hurt. We're learning lessons every day, and little foo-foo lessons. But so there's nothing wrong with being off your path, as long as you don't stay there and just keep going the wrong way, and ignore your psychic antenna. Trust your gut. Mom says there's something in your heart that you overwhelmingly want to do. She says overwhelming. And I can't tell if that's the thing that you're getting ready to do when you get back on your path, or it's something that you just want to do. Usually when they say it again. Now, usually when they tell me that, it's something that you think you can't do, or you don't have the money for, or you don't have the time for, or something. And it could be a dance lessons, painting lessons. It could be anything like that. But what's really in your heart that maybe you have not attempted, that you really want to do, that would really make your heart sing. Could be singing lessons. It doesn't matter what it is. Do it. Take baby steps towards it. Find a few minutes a week, whatever it is. It may not make you any money. It might make you millions. She's not telling me what category this belongs to. Whatever that thing is in your heart that you so strongly desire, and it's not going to be a relationship. It's not that type of thing. It's something just for you that's in your heart. So this isn't about a relationship, because relationships never really complete us. Well, how do I say that? Mom, come on. I can't hear the word. She says they don't complete us. I can't hear the word she's saying. She says we have to complete ourselves. So whatever's in your heart, even if it's a little thing, it's a big thing to you, to your heart, to your soul, to your spirit. Ask them to help you. Write it down. Don't make it a big, long 2-page story. Simple line. I'm asking you to help me accomplish this. Blah, blah, blah. Leave the details to them. The things that I have manifested in just the last 3 years, 2 years, never, ever in my life did I expect that what I wanted, what I asked for, was going to come to me the way that it came. Never, ever could I have ever thought that was going to happen. Let them do the details in between. They'll do it in a way that's best for you. And if I told you the story, you wouldn't believe it. I will say, a few years ago, I don't know why she's wanting me to explain this. I wanted a new truck. White, black, or was it red? I don't think it was red. Anyway, I picked 3 colors. I want a new truck. Find me one. And it took, I don't know, a few months, maybe. And I actually started actively looking at different car dealerships. And I have a car dealership 5 blocks away from me. I drove down that road one day, slammed on the brakes in the middle of the street because there was the exact truck that I wanted. One in white, one in black. Side by side. I went in and bought the black one. And it was even a higher end truck than what I thought I could afford. Right in my backyard. So ask for whatever it is in your heart. She's really, really, really stressing this. Don't beg, don't demand. Ask. Put it out there to the universe, to your team, and then kind of let it go and wait. And you'll get that phone call, or you'll get that, she's showing like a poster on a wall, and maybe you'll be walking through a store and you see a poster for some kind of class or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. She's not saying. So, no. She's showing all those arrows again coming at you, and she wants you to get that bubble and deflect them, deflect these arrows, because they're mucking up your energy, kind of distracting. She says they're distracting. It's not that they're harmful arrows, I don't feel. They're just distracting from what you need to be. You, not them. You. Doing, us being girls, moms, wives, whatever, it's in our nature to take care of everybody else before ourselves. before we take care of ourselves. We will deplete ourselves to exhaustion, making sure she's making me want to cry again, making sure everybody else has what they need, but we don't. We're the last ones we think of in a lot of things. And thinking of yourself first, taking time for yourself first, was really hard for me to learn when I started this work, because it's not in, I felt very selfish, very, very selfish. Sometimes I would have to tell the grandson, no, I can't do this right now. I have to go take this walk. No, I can't cook supper right now. I have to go study some of this stuff, or, do whatever I needed to do for me. No, I can't do this right this minute. You can wait a few minutes. I'm going to go take a bath. It's not an ego thing. It's, if we deplete ourselves, we can't give to everybody else. Mom's stressing this very hard, very, very hard. If we deplete ourselves, we have nothing to give everybody. We get to the point of exhaustion. You have to replenish yourself, and that is not selfish. That is still helping everybody else. It's not selfish. Right now, I want to go sit, and hopefully, because we're going camping this weekend, go sit on a big rock and just breathe. And when I walk away from the camper and go sit by myself, I feel selfish because, my husband or my friends or whoever are sitting back there and going, what the hell's Rhonda doing now? But it's not selfish, because I have to replenish myself. And being camping with the water and the wind and the sun and the moon, and it's magical. And I feel selfish, and I have trouble taking the time to do that. She's wanted me to explain this because you're doing the same thing. But it's replenishing me, and it's like I'm so much more open, at least as far as my work, when I go kick the dust off of myself. She wants you to do that. Maybe not go camping and sit in the moon and listen to woo-woo music like I do, but you're not being selfish. And I still have trouble saying that. That's what us girls do. Take time for yourself. Take that bubble bath. Shut the door. Tell them. She says set a timer. Set a timer in the kitchen. If you've got, I don't know if you have kids or whatever, or whoever's running around, set a timer. Say, you cannot disturb me for the next 15 minutes. I'm going to go take a bubble bath. And try Epsom salt. I get the Epsom salt with lavender, which I haven't done for a while. It kind of helps spiritually cleanse a little bit. I don't have it. Boy, she's really wanting me to get in this. You can just get some lavender essential oils if you don't want to do the Epsom salt. Okay, and then she's showing me taking a bath. Oh, she's tapping me again. She goes, Rhonda, you need to do it. You haven't done it for a while. Yes, I do. Because I never have time to relax. I don't have time. See? She just caught me. She just caught me. I haven't had time to do it. I have not made time to take care of me either. So what she's showing me is pulling the plug, getting in the bathtub, being in the bathtub, soaking in it, taking your 15 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever you can get. Damn it. She's poking on me again. Light a little candle, set it there. Whatever it takes to relax for a few minutes. Pull the plug and watch the water go down the drain. And as that water is going down the drain, imagine let's say somebody said a bad word to you or made you feel bad or low or something. Imagine that going down the drain with that water. So whatever negative things have been done to you or you put on yourself or whatever, watch that go down the drain as the water goes down the drain. It'll go down the drain with it. And it honestly cleanses some of that. You'll feel lighter and brighter. She's poking on me again. I've had a bad morning. So now I know what she's talking about. See, these readings come at the perfect time because I've had a really bad morning. I know. I don't practice what I preach. So anyway, I've really gone over the limit, but Mom, usually, well, Mom's really talkative today. She wants you to know what a freaking awesome person you are. And she's like, you are such an awesome person. And you don't see it. You don't know it. So, I don't know what she's doing. Hang on. She started blowing you kisses. She, she got her a little rug like you would put in front of a door. And she plopped her butt down, crossed her legs Indian style, and she's sitting there. She goes, I'm going to be waiting. I'll be waiting. I'm waiting for you to do these things. I'm going to be waiting. I want to see them happen. And I'm not leaving until you do. And she's not going to leave anyway. I mean, she's not going to like disappear if you do those things and be gone forever. Nope, nope, nope. It doesn't work that way. She says you need some badass bitch fuel. And she's not referring to coffee necessarily. Okay, so no. Do you have a little throw rug that has all kinds of different colors in it? And the one she's showing, I think I've got it folded up on top of my dryer. It's like woven. So I don't know if she just showing, it's woven with different colors. So I don't know if she's just showing me that because I have one, or so I know that it's just a little rug, or if you actually have one like that. If you do have one similar to that, watch for it to kind of get muckled up or move or slide out of the way or maybe something. Okay. I love her. She's poking me again. So she's over here. You should be feeling that. You just don't realize what it is. Okay, much. Okay, she's gonna be sitting right there waiting for you to do your thing. Much love to you, my dear. Uh, thank you for allowing me to have a few days off. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved one. She's saying, you forgot to tell her. Again, I love her. I love her. I love her to the moon and back. I love her. With that, she's pulled her energy back. Thank you for being patient.